So for mine here, if you're doing the sushi one, because it's like 4 per practice, you're gonna run out of space potentially, right? Most likely, like I did here. Okay. So if you end up with 5 because you did the sushi one, it's okay. But if you're doing something else where there's only one version of it, if there's only one food per number, then I want you to do at least 6. Okay. So number 1 is going to be the regular version. Number 2 is going to be one version at a different angle. Number 3, another version at a different angle. Number 4, different little changes to it, so you have a different version. And then number 5, which is what I'm going to be doing now, is I'm going to be doing a larger sized drawing. Okay, so number 6, if you have a number 6, you are also going to be doing another larger size drawing there, but a different version. All right, so number 5 can be like if you're doing the sushi, right? Then number 5 can just be this, but big, like one of these, but bigger. And number 6 is going to be like doing one of these or one of these, but bigger. Okay. So I'm going to show you what number 5 should look like. And number 5, again, we are just going to increase the size. All right. And this is what you have to start thinking about when you increase the size of your food. And you want to have different size food because if everything's the same size, it starts to just be like a really big crowded thing. Instead, you want to have larger pieces that kind of like grab people's attention. All right. So here's how I approached drawing a larger size. So I started with the top piece, same as always, right? But notice here, I now have some texture to the rice, right? Rice is made of a bunch of little tiny pieces, so I wanted to include some waves here, some little like bumps to imply that there's texture. And this line here, okay, these little lines here of like textured whatever, right? Notice here, I don't have it on any of the other ones. The reason I have it here is because remember that this is like a rectangular prism. All right, if it's a rectangular prism, then we need to imply that there's a shape here, or there's a plane here, and a plane here. All right, and this line kind of is like the corner piece, right? But still using that rice texture. Okay, so these little pieces here, more pieces of rice. I want to include details. If it's bigger, no, right? If something is bigger, you can see the details more clearly, right? If something's smaller, you can't really see those details. These little tiny things, you wouldn't end up seeing them. Right? So here it's the same thing as before, right? It's the same thing as before, just drawing these little wavy stripes, right? And then moving on. So I'm practicing another large version of the sushi, and I'm going with the egg, okay? So here, same thing, right? This pretty much looks exactly the same as this, and that's fine. But the difference here is I have these little wavy lines, these little textured lines for the rice. Okay, adding in those little details there as well. All right, so if you're doing something like the pizza, right, then you need to have I would consider shading in the pepperoni to make it look darker, adding more drips of cheese. Again, this is for the pizza. For the hot dog, maybe adding in more details for like the bun, maybe adding some sesame seeds to the bun, or like different colors of the sauces you're going to use. So like the darker one would be ketchup and the lighter one would be mustard. Those details really start to matter when you start to increase in size. What else do we have? Another idea is like for the taco, start to add in the details of the vegetables, start to add in the details of the meat, right? Remember before for the taco, you didn't need to give all the details for the meat. Maybe consider putting in those details now, right? For the donut, make those, add those sprinkles, add that like chocolate drizzle, add that glaze. For the burger, add the detail to the vegetables, the meat, all these things, right? Just draw it more and more clearly. And that's what I want you to do for number 5 and number 6. Number 6 just being a different version.